The Syrian civil war, a conflict that has raged for over a decade, has once again flared into a full-blown crisis. Rebel forces led by Hayat Tahrir al-Sham have launched a blistering offensive, capturing Aleppo. This offensive marks a turning point, shattering years of relative calm and challenging the Assad regime's power. Aleppo, once a bustling metropolis, now stands as a stark symbol of the conflict's brutal resurgence. The speed and ferocity of the rebel advance have shocked many observers. The Assad regime, caught off guard, has been forced into a desperate defense. The fall of Aleppo, recaptured by Assad in 2016, represents a significant blow to the regime's morale. The city's capture grants rebels control of vital infrastructure, strengthening their position. This latest chapter in the Syrian conflict has sent shockwaves throughout the region. The international community watches with bated breath as the battle for Aleppo unfolds. The road ahead will be fraught with danger and uncertainty for all involved. At the heart of this latest offensive is Hayat Tahrir al-Sham, a jihadist group that has emerged as a dominant force in the Syrian rebel landscape. HTS, with its roots in Jabhat al-Nusra, Al-Qaeda's former Syrian branch, has undergone a complex transformation, distancing itself from its parent organization and projecting an image of pragmatism and local governance. Despite being designated a terrorist organization by the United States and others, HTS has garnered support from certain quarters, including Turkey, due to its effectiveness against the Assad regime. HTS controls Idlib province, the last major rebel stronghold in Syria, where it has established a de facto Islamic emirate. The group has implemented its own judicial system, social services, and even a police force. This focus on governance and stability has allowed HTS to consolidate its power and gain a degree of legitimacy among the local population. The group's leader, Abu Muhammad al-Jolani, is a shadowy figure, rarely seen in public. Jolani's leadership has been instrumental in HTS's transformation, steering the group away from global jihad and towards a more localized focus. However, his reported death in recent Russian airstrikes, if confirmed, could have significant implications for the group's future trajectory. The Assad regime, once seemingly invincible, now finds itself in an increasingly precarious position. The fall of Aleppo is a major setback, both strategically and symbolically. Years of relentless warfare, coupled with international sanctions, have taken a heavy toll on the Syrian military. The regime's reliance on foreign fighters and militias while bolstering its numbers has also exposed its vulnerabilities. President Bashar al-Assad, once a symbol of defiance in the face of opposition, now faces growing dissent from within his own ranks. The regime's brutal tactics, including the indiscriminate bombing of civilian areas, have alienated many Syrians. The economic situation in government-held areas is dire, with widespread poverty and unemployment. The loss of Aleppo further weakens Assad's grip on power. It remains to be seen whether the Syrian military can regroup and launch a successful counteroffensive. The coming weeks and months will be crucial in determining the regime's fate. Section 4. International actors: a tangled web of alliances. The Syrian conflict is a proxy war, with regional and global powers entangled in a complex web of alliances. Russia and Iran, staunch allies of the Assad regime, have played a pivotal role in propping up the Syrian military. Russian airstrikes, often targeting civilian infrastructure, have turned the tide of the war in Assad's favor. Turkey supports the Syrian opposition, including HTS, to counter Kurdish influence and stem refugee flow. The United States, opposed to both Assad and HTS, has largely remained on the sidelines. The resurgence of fighting in Aleppo has put these competing interests back in the spotlight. Russia has responded with airstrikes targeting HTS positions, but its commitment to a full-scale intervention remains unclear. The international community is left grappling with how to respond to this latest escalation, with no easy solutions in sight. Section 5. The road ahead: uncertainty and unrest. The fall of Aleppo marks a pivotal moment in the Syrian civil war. The conflict, now reignited with full fury, threatens to further destabilize the region and exacerbate the already dire humanitarian crisis. Millions of Syrians have been displaced by the fighting, and countless lives have been lost. The resurgence of violence also raises the specter of a wider regional conflagration. The Syrian conflict is inextricably linked to broader geopolitical tensions, including the rivalry between Iran and Saudi Arabia, and the ongoing conflict in Yemen. Any escalation in Syria has the potential to spill over into neighboring countries, with unpredictable and potentially catastrophic consequences. The international community faces a daunting challenge in trying to bring an end to the Syrian conflict. Years of diplomatic efforts have failed to yield a lasting solution. The latest offensive by HTS underscores the complexity of the conflict and the urgent need for a renewed international effort to find a peaceful resolution.